6,000 years, mankind has been trying to decipher this one little thing called the flower of life.
Believed to hold the key to our universe, the flower of life is an ancient, sacred geometry symbol found all over the world, with a profound impact on mathematics, physics, geometry, philosophy, biology, and spirituality. This singular symbol promises the key to understanding the universe. In 2009, famous actor Terrence Howard claimed to have solved the secrets of this ancient symbol.
So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between spaces. It's the thing that holds us all together.
Although first shunned by the public, 12 years later, best-selling author and founder and CEO of Forbidden Knowledge Inc., Billy Carson, seems to confirm the actor's theory.
Well, obviously Terrence Howard, he's had an awakening of some sort, so hats off to the brother for that.
But what exactly did they find out? How does it affect you today? And did this unlikely duo uncover the meaning of life in a symbol rumored to have driven Pythagoras himself mad?
This one little thing called the flower of life.
First discovered carved into granite columns at the Temple of Osiris in Abydos, Egypt, the flower of life is a sacred geometrical pattern consisting of 19 interlocking circles arranged in a hexagonal pattern with a flower-like appearance.
Now, you know this is one of the oldest symbols in human history, right? Or do you not know? This symbol was found in the Temple of Osiris in Egypt, and it had been molecularly burned into the wall. And it's 6,000 years old. This same symbol has been found in the forbidden temples in China, sitting under the fufu dogs. And the foot on it, the flower of life, saying whoever controlled that flower of life controlled the universe.
This mystical pattern has been found all over the ancient world. In the Assyrian palace of Nineveh in modern-day Iraq, it appears on a stone door dating back over 2,600 years. In India, it is found inlaid into the marble floors of the Golden Temple in Amritsar. In the West, the flower of life appears at various spiritual sites. In Europe, it adorns church windows dating back to the Middle Ages at the monastery of Preveli in Crete, Greece. It is also found in a Roman floor mosaic in Ephesus, Turkey, dating from around 100 BCE. Beyond these locations, the flower of life has been discovered in numerous other places around the globe, including England, Israel, Tibet, Spain, France, Japan, Thailand, and Indonesia. In all these places, one thing remains true. The flower of life is always discovered near temples or sacred sites. However, despite its obvious influence over the ancient world, the flower was largely kept a secret, with almost no text talking about it. However, in recent times, the pattern has found fame once again, and it's all thanks to Terrence Howard's. Transitioning from acting, Terrence might not have been consumed by the mystery of the flower, as rumor has it that Pythagoras himself and Isaac Newton were obsessed with deciphering the code within the ancient pattern. And more than 200 years later, Terrence believes he has succeeded.
I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. There were secrets in that flower of life that Da Vinci spent his whole life trying to uncover. There were secrets in that flower of life that Newton spent his whole life in secret trying to uncover. The same secrets that Pythagoras was desperately trying to uncover. But their problem was they kept seeing this in a two-dimensional space. They couldn't get it out of this two-dimensional frame, and as a result, they got stuck in this plane, a flat plane.
Terrence believes he has new wave conjugations that reveal the in-between spaces, which he sees as fundamental to understanding the universe. Putting an answer to questions that have plagued physics for years, he believes the flower of life can reconcile the quantum world and the macro-physical world we live in today.
And these systems is what I've brought to Oxford because I would like for you guys to examine them. Put them to test, because I bet you will find all the fundamental particles that they've been looking for in the unified theory of the universe. It's a big statement. but I've got a lot of stuff to back it up if given the opportunity. In order for 1 times 0 to equal nothing, laws of conservation of energy has to disappear. And math is the foundating laws of math is supposed to support the laws of physics. They are arm in arm. They cannot be in controversy with each other. So we need an audit.
Mathematically, one often signifies a definite discrete entity, while 0 can indicate a lack of quantity or a point of transition. In classic mathematics, understanding how these concepts transition into each other and their implications is quite complex. However, Howard believes he has found something far different from what we believe today.
If I said to you, what's 1 times 1? What'd you say, 1? It equals 1? Now, what would Newton say is that? Action times an action. That's a reaction, right? Anybody in here that thinks 1 times 1 equals 1, then you give me 2 pounds and I'll give you a pound back.
Although ludicrous on the surface, he suggests that traditional interpretations of straight lines associated with the discrete nature of 1 are misleading. He proposes that all energy and motion are wave-based and curved, and that 0 represents the underlying potential or medium through which these waves propagate. As such, he argues that solids, based on straight lines and flat planes, are simply illusions, and that true understanding of the universe comes from recognizing its curvature and wave-like nature. According to the Terrence theory, within the flower of life, you can find all 5 of the Platonic solids, which are a special category of 3-dimensional geometric shapes that represent our universe. Terrence believes that the straight lines that make up this solid composition of a tetrahedron, a hexahedron, aka cube, an octahedron, a dodecahedron, and an icosahedron are simply illusions brought about by viewing the world from a flat plane rather than a curved plane, as the flower suggests, leading him to claim
all energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the Platonic solids? There are no straight lines.
Terrence's idea of the flower directly challenges modern quantum mechanics, as the behavior of particles, 1, and waves, 0, blurs the line between being and nothingness, and is essential for understanding phenomena such as quantum entanglement and superposition.
That all of these in between, what we have been dealing with is these petals. All of mankind have dealt with these petals, but it's these other shapes that we've ignored constantly. Well, those other shapes were the in-between spaces. They were the things that filled up the vacuum of space.
However, Howard's theory suggests that understanding the universe requires seeing these fields not as discrete points, but as continuous, interconnected waves where nothing is truly empty.
Take a point here and say, well, what's the space in between all of these things? Now, they've said that all the in-between spaces, if this is the Earth and this is the moon right here, all this in-between space is filled with what? A void. There's nothing in the void. Well, I found that there is something in the void. The elementary fundamental particles that they've been searching for at the CERN collider, the Hadron Collider in CERN, I found that their energy signatures matched perfectly to some of the pieces that I was able to pull out of here.
Profound as it might seem, Terrence's theory doesn't stop there, as Billy Carson believes the flower of life is the basis of all existence.
For example, just when you start off with the ovum with an egg, that's one sphere. And by the time you add 6 more interconnecting spheres, you now have a seed. You have a seed of life. Then, so it goes from a seed to a fruit to a flower. So it's really a progression of life. And at the base of everyone's spine are a group of cells that are in the form of the flower of life, and mostly almost all organic, especially mammalian species. There's this flower of life cellular formation in the base of the spine. It's there from the time you're born and stays there until you die. But that's just a representation in a biological life form.
See, the flower of life is made up of the egg of life, the seed of life, the fruit of life, and the tree of life. He believes the flower of life to be a fundamental geometric figure found at the base of organic life forms and a representation of the energetic grid that binds the universe together.
He discovered, when he unwrapped the flower of life, he discovered the energy grid, the grid that binds us all together. There is a grid that we're actually on. And when he's talking about the spheres, there are no straight lines. He's not saying, truly, in my opinion at least, from the short amount of stuff that he said, that Platonic solids don't exist. Platonic solids are part of the holographic matrix. Behind all of that, the only thing that does exist are electromagnetic waves. That's all, and there are no straight lines. So behind the holographic, the fractal quantum holographic universe, behind that, there is nothing but electromagnetic waves, and those waves are propagating and being sent into this realm, into this dimension, carrying energy, frequency, vibration. And when they interact with conscious thought, that's when they collapse things into Platonic solids, which then collapse things into what we get as an illusion of solidity, an illusion of locality, an illusion of space and differentiation, an illusion of perception. Trillions and trillions of entities throughout this entire universe. And the method that it emanates from is through something called the vesica piscis. Now, the vesica piscis is actually part of the flower of life. So where you have the intersecting circles in the flower of life, that is every one of those intersections is a womb. So at every single Planck unit in space-time, which is the smallest amount of distance you can measure, and time you can measure in space-time, all around us, all through us, and everywhere that that exists, is this flower of life. I mean, everywhere. Now, every single spot where the flower of life is located, there's also the intersections, and those intersections are the vesica piscis. Now, the vesica piscis emanates energy into the third dimension. Out of the vesica piscis is literally a womb, just like when you cut open a lemon, cut open an orange, cut open a grapefruit. Obviously, a human being is born through a womb. Life primarily comes through wombs. And this is why even in the biblical text, they reference the matrix. The matrix means the womb. So it's mentioned, I think, 5 or 6 times in the modern day Bible itself, which is copied from more ancient texts. But the name, the Matrix, for the movie didn't come from somebody's brain. They just made it, we'll make it the Matrix. No, the term the Matrix actually comes from the Bible. And what it says is that in order for a man to be born, he must exit the matrix, and that he must come out of the womb. In order for any life forms to form in this third dimension, it must come through the womb. And this energetic grid that's created by this sacred geometrical figure called the flower of life literally connects every single one of us. We are all literally sitting on this grid. It's this invisible grid that we're on.
Billy suggests that the intersections within the flower of life, called vesica piscis, are crucial for the transmission of energy into the third dimension, which he believes contributes to the illusion of solidity and space.
He discovered, when he unwrapped the flower of life, he discovered the energy grid, the grid that binds us all together. There is a grid that we're actually on. And when he's talking about the spheres, there are no straight lines. He's not saying, truly, in my opinion at least, from the short amount of stuff that he said, that Platonic solids don't exist. Platonic solids are part of the holographic matrix. Behind all of that, the only thing that does exist are electromagnetic waves. That's all, and there are no straight lines. So behind the holographic, the fractal quantum holographic universe, behind that, there is nothing but electromagnetic waves, and those waves are propagating and being sent into this realm, into this dimension, carrying energy, frequency, vibration. And when they interact with conscious thought, that's when they collapse things into Platonic solids, which then collapse things into what we get as an illusion of solidity, an illusion of locality, an illusion of space and differentiation, an illusion of perception.
Billy believes that this theory also explains the reality of the unexplained phenomenon in quantum physics. He believes the behavior of particles, 1, and waves, 0, blurs the line between being and nothingness, and is essential for understanding phenomena such as quantum entanglement and superposition.
This is why quantum entanglement works. It's because we're all in that same energetic grid that is created by this flower of life. So, if I take 2 particles or even 2 photons, and I utilize a laser to do something called parabolic down conversion and get them on the same frequency, I could take one of those particles to the other end of the universe, and I could change the information on the one that's local to me, and the other one at the other end of the universe will change instantaneously, bypassing the speed of light. How is that possible? It's because we're on this flower of life matrix grid, And everything literally is connected, and distance is even an illusion.
Howard's interpretation of the flower of life is quite fascinating, as he claims that consciousness divides itself into many entities to experience the universe subjectively, with the flower of life acting as the medium through which this experience is felt. Although his theories are still a long way from being proven, Terrence Howard's view of the flower of life calls for a higher understanding of the inner workings of our universe. His belief in our interconnectedness makes us both masters and servants of our faith, creating a butterfly effect where the past is born by the possibility of the future, and the actions of someone on one side of the universe are crucial to the lives of others on the other side of it. Calling us to take action and seize our existence, the Terrence view of the flower of life pushes that we are all we need to be great and all we need to not matter. The power of life and death rests in our hands, and it all started with 19 circles that hide the universe from our view, daring us to take the leap and look at our lives a little closer.